folks, it's your buddy Laszlo. I wanted to introduce you to Lola, the Angel Oracle-dex. It's fun coming up with new terms. But this is it. And so a little background. I love retro and vintage things. That's why I read vintage matchbooks. And when I was thinking about selecting a card randomly, the Rolodex sort of came to me. Does everybody here know what a Rolodex is? A Rolodex is a rotating card file device to store business contact information. That's what it is. Because I bought this one on eBay, and it came with about almost 200 cards. And there are two types of cards that you can get with a Rolodex. One is just a plain blank card. You see the notches below, so you can stick it in the Rolodex. Or there's also a card that has sort of a blank sleeve, so you can put business cards in. And that's the type of card that I have for this. That's what came with it, so that's what I used. And a little brief history of the Rolodex. It was invented in 1956 by a Danish engineer, Hildauer Nielsen, who was a chief engineer of an American company called Zephyr American, which was a stationery manufacturer in New York. And it was first marketed in 1958. The owner of the company retired and sold out to a larger firm in the 1970s. And according to Wikipedia, if you want to believe Wikipedia, it's as of 2023, they are still being made. Like I said, I got mine on eBay, and it came with all the cards. And there's different models, which we'll talk about later, that you can get. I took out the alphabet tabs because I don't have them in any particular order. Just to set the record straight, I wasn't the first person to repurpose a Rolodex. I did some investigating online, and there's some scrapbookers or arts and crafts people that have repurposed Rolodexes. One, actually, they call it a memory dex. And what they do is collages, and they take individual cards and they make little mini works of art. I'm very impressed with what I've seen. And one lady called them truth cards because she would put also, besides decorating it, something that aligns with her truth, and so she could flip it during each day and have a different truth saying come up. I liked that. I'm the first one to come up with the idea of actually using it as an oracle device. And so now what we'll do is we'll take a closer look at Lola. So why an Angel Oracle card deck for the Oracle-dex? Well, I typically, when I use Angel Oracle cards, I only select one card. What I do is when I do a reading for someone, I usually pick one at the beginning of the reading, sometimes even before I get together with the person that I'm doing the reading for. And I ask the angels to give me a card that sort of represents what this person needs to know at this point in time. And I select one Oracle card. That way I don't have to constantly, I mean, if I had multiple cards selected, I would probably want to like pull them off and so forth. And I wanted to get away from that. I didn't want to have to pull them off and put them back on. I thought that would, doing that would put some wear and tear on the cards. So I didn't want to do that. So that's why I went with Angel Oracle cards. Let's look at one of these cards. And again, these are the blank ones that have the insert, plastic insert. And what I did was I found a font that kind of looked like writing. I didn't want to hand write these because I think that would be just too laborious. So I did these on a computer, and I used a font that kind of looks like handwriting. So I wrote the Angel Oracle, the angel, in this case the Archangel Michael, and then underneath, he who looks like God, which is what Michael represents. So I usually have a quote of some kind that sort of signifies the person's name, and then also down here I also used some keywords at the corner of Courage Street and Protection Boulevard, because I wanted it to look like, you know, like an address of some kind. I also use a keyword of some kind that's reflective of the angel, and in the Archangel Michael we have indigo. So I use that kind of like a old-time exchange, you know, they had for phone numbers, like Whitehall, 737, that type of thing. And then I have a number here. Now this is an angel number, which I just pick at random and put that in. So that's what it looks like. Now what I did was I have the card before it, that comes before it. What I did was I wrote down sort of a paragraph of what our archangel, whatever the angel is. I wrote down a little paragraph about it, and then at the bottom I wrote the meaning of the angel number. So that's how I did it. And what I did was I just cut them out after I did it on the computer, and glued it to just a white card, and then I stuck it inside here. I think I changed it where I put the address over what would be the phone number. Gabriel, here's Whitehall, because white is significant to Archangel Gabriel, and I used a number of Angel Oracle-dex, but I mean, there's still quite a lot of cards. So what I did was, there are duplicates in here, and what I did was, here, let me I'll find a duplicate one. See, what I did was I put a little dot here to signify that this is a duplicate. So when I get another Angel Oracle card that I like, and I'll print it out and just exchange it for this duplicate piece. So it's a work in progress. Also, just to have some fun and to make it Lola, I guess to say, is I have some messages from Lola mixed in here. So here we go. If you stopped here, Laszlo, you must spin one more time and give Lola a raise. And I have those throughout the oh, here's another one. Laszlo, when you said you were going to take me out for a spin, I had something else in mind. Go forward 3 cards. So that's how so with duplicate cards and some messages from Lola herself, I filled this up So some quick parting thoughts. Earlier in the video, I mentioned that the Rolodex made a number of different models. Well, I found one model that I thought was kind of interesting. It had a metal cover that fit over the cards, and I thought, well, that would be good to use if I was transporting it, to a gig of some kind. And so I got one on eBay. Let me show it to you. Let me get it. This thing is a behemoth. It's metal, and as you can see, there is a cover. I think it also could lock, and you could, but anyway, there it is. It's not as visual as the one that I made as far as turning it and seeing the cards flip. And because the thing is just so heavy, it's not something that I want to take and carry around with me. So that'll probably stay in the office. But this one is, these are pretty light. Also, as far as how many turns to crank it, I thought about, well, you could just do it until it just feels right, and you stop at a particular angel oracle card. Or you could have the person you're reading for pick a number for, like, from 1 to 10, like 5, and you turn it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get a card that way. Or you could just ask the angels to tell you when to stop, and when you just feel it, just stop. That's one way. Another is to repeat the person's name maybe 3 times, like Thomas Laszlo, Thomas Laszlo, Thomas Laszlo, and then end up. Or recite the question as you're doing it. Will I get a new job? Type of thing. Another idea that I wasn't really going to share, but how many people are going to see this video, right? Is to have another one of these, maybe with some tarot cards or other types of oracle cards, and also have my contact information on them. And these would just be those blank cards that I would print stuff and glue it to the card. I wouldn't use the cards with the clear sleeves. And then if I'm working like a wedding showcase or a psychic fair, I could have people who stop by, want to know what things are, have them spin it a few times, and then whatever card they land on, I can take it off, do a little reading with whatever one they pick, and let them keep it, so it has my contact information on. I think it's sort of a unique way of giving out your contact information, and then you can replenish it whenever you want. Just have some cards and stick them back in. So that's an idea. You're welcome to use any of these ideas. Again, don't sell them, and I don't want to see them like a Kickstarter project online. But you're certainly welcome to make one yourself. If for some reason that we are at the same psychic fair or showcase or what have you, I think some courtesy would be to let me use it. In that case, but I think that's going to be rare. So I hope you enjoyed that little excursion into Lola, the Angel Oracle-dex, and let me know how if you have any comments or ideas. I did want to try to make it more vintage, and I found some printer paper that has like antique style vintage type of color to it. So I'm thinking about maybe applying that to this. And because I have all the cards that I've done on file, if somebody runs off with this, I'll have the files on my computer to back me up, which is kind of ironic because, you know, if your computer crashes, that's why these come in handy, these Rolodexes. You just have to worry about them being stolen or misplaced, I guess. But it's the irony is not lost on me. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.